So the Canadian student visas are getting rejected, and this is causing a lot of confusion and negativity amongst the students who are potentially trying to come and study in Canada. And now the students are wondering if Canada is still their #1 study abroad destination or not. What's up YouTube, it's Shivansh here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then I make a lot of videos about studying and working in Canada, so feel free to check out other videos on this YouTube channel. You will not be disappointed. Whether you have been recently refused for your Canadian study permit, or you are still waiting for your study permit application to be processed, or even if you are planning to apply for your study permit application in the near future and you are just worried whether this is the right time for you to apply for it or not, this video will give you all the answers about why so many student visas are being rejected, what can you do in order to make sure that your application does not get rejected and gets approved, and is this the right time to apply for a study permit for Canada or not. Now, before we dive into why these study permit applications are being rejected, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any important informative videos about Canada on this YouTube channel. With that being said, let's start this video. So first of all, let me tell you that there are no official numbers on the percentage of visas that are being rejected right now. You will see a lot of YouTube videos or articles talking about, oh, 40% visas are being rejected, or 50% visas are being rejected, or even visas from certain countries like India are being specifically rejected. A lot of this is just speculation because there is no official report released by the government of Canada where they have actually said any of this stuff. And all this speculation leads to a lot of negativity, so don't get discouraged because of all this negative news or be sad or depressed, because there is very little truth in any of this. Now let me also give you some actual facts. In just the last 1 week, 2 of my family members or my relatives have actually got their Canada study visa approved. Both of them are from India. Both of them are from different parts of India, and they've got their study visa approved for the September intake. So don't worry, just focus on yourself and your application instead of focusing on what's happening with other people around the world, why other people's visas are being rejected or being approved. Now, speaking about the actual reasons why student visas are getting rejected or getting delayed, the very first reason is that there was a lot of backlog after COVID. So as you must be aware that even during COVID, Canada was still accepting student visa applications, whereas other countries like UK or Australia were actually not accepting applications. So this led to a huge backlog, and also because of staff shortages, Canadian student visas or Canadian student permits are actually being delayed significantly. Now, the next reason for rejection is a significant increase in the overall number of applications for Canadian study permits. The number of people who are applying for a Canadian study visa is significantly higher than what it was before COVID, and because of this backlog and an increase in the number of applications, when the government of Canada will actually go ahead and process all these applications, it might seem like a lot more number of visas are being rejected because there are too many applications that are being processed, and not everybody will get their study visa approved. If more number of people apply for their visa, obviously there will be a lot more number of rejections as compared to before. And you just need to make sure that your application is not the one that is being rejected. And how you can do that, I've discussed later in this video. So make sure to watch this video till the very end because it's very important. Now, another reason for visa rejections is fake documents. There have been cases where some students have submitted fake documents, including fake IELTS results, fake experience certificates, and because of this, the visa processing officers have to spend a lot more time doing thorough investigation of each and every file and making sure that none of these fake documents are actually being accepted and those people are not getting their visas. Now, all these reasons that we have discussed so far were basically not in your control, but these next reasons are actually the main things that you need to focus on in order to make sure that your application is not the one that is being rejected. So one of the biggest reasons for a student visa rejection is wrong course selection or choosing an irrelevant course. When choosing a course to study in Canada, it is extremely important that you choose a course that is relevant to your educational background and also to your experience. For example, if you have your experience in accounting or finance and you want to pursue software development or IT courses in Canada, then chances are that most likely your student visa application will get refused. Now, you can choose a course that touches different domains, but you should still make sure that your course is relevant to your core experience or your core background. For example, if your background is in, let's say, marketing and you want to pursue data science in Canada, then you should choose a course that is a combination of both these things. For example, you can go for business intelligence or marketing intelligence. Don't just trust trust an immigration consult blindly because they are not responsible for making you choose the right course. It is your responsibility and you need to do the due diligence in order to choose a course that is best for your career. I have a detailed video on my YouTube channel on how to choose the best course in Canada. Make sure to check it out because it will help you make the right decision. Now, the second biggest reason why student visas get rejected is because the students do not have a proper SOP. Your SOP or your statement of purpose is actually what tells the visa officer why you want to pursue this specific course at that specific college and what are your career plans and your ambitions after finishing that course. Your SOP needs to convince the visa officer that you are a genuine case of a student who wants to study in Canada, get that experience and move back to your home country in order to pursue a career with the skills that you have learned in Canada. So make sure to spend enough time on your SOP, read it again and again and keep improving it until and unless it is absolutely perfect. Another very important reason for your Canadian student visa rejection is a low IELTS score. If you are planning to study in Canada, then make sure that you have at least 6.5 bands overall and no less than 6 bands in any of the individual sections. Now, there are some colleges that might give you an acceptance letter even if you have a lower band score. However, if you want to reduce your chances of visa rejection, make sure to have at least the minimum threshold, which is 6.5 bands overall and 6 bands in each of the individual section in your IELTS exam. Another reason for student visa rejection is incorrect or incomplete documentation. Now, if you are planning to apply for a Canadian study permit, you need to 1. Make sure that you provide every single document that the government of Canada has requested you to submit, and 2. You need to make sure that every single document that you submit to the government of Canada is actually correct. For example, you need to make sure that your name, your date of birth, address, your parents' name, their date of birth, their address, everything is exactly same as it is on your passport. Also make sure that your year of graduation, your work experience, dates and years and everything along those lines are perfectly in order and they are perfectly correct. Now, these are just some examples of errors that people make that I have come across. You need to make sure that you don't make any such mistakes on your application. Another related reason for your visa rejection could be incomplete proof of funds. Now, I've seen cases where students are asked to submit 1 full year of fees for their college, but they end up submitting only 6 months or for 1 semester. There are also cases where the students do not submit the required GIC amount. These things will lead to an incomplete proof of funds and can also result in your visa rejection. So you need to make sure that whatever the requirements are for your origin country, you need to provide as much documentation as possible. If there is a GIC requirement, then you should submit a GIC. If you need to submit full 1 year of fees, then you have to submit full 1 year of fees in order to reduce your visa rejection chances. Also, you should try to show as much extra documentation as possible. For example, if you own some assets or some property under your own name or in the name of someone in your family, then you can also attach a proof of that. Or if you can also show some extra proof of funds in your bank account in India, then that can also make your profile a bit stronger. Now, these 2 things that I've just mentioned are optional. They're not actually required. But if you can provide any additional proof of funds, then that can definitely make your profile much stronger. Now, these are the main reasons why the Canadian study permits are being rejected. This is not something to be extremely worried about. You just need to focus on your profile and make your profile the best, the strongest, so that you don't get a visa rejection. And as far as the timing part is concerned, this is not a bad time to apply for a Canadian student visa. You should not think that right now the visas are being rejected, so I should not apply for it right now. If you are planning to study in Canada in the near future, then you should focus on choosing the right course, creating the best SOP possible, and making sure that you have all the documents that are required that will make your profile the strongest so that you don't get a visa refusal. So having said that, if you are planning on applying for a student visa in the near future, then go ahead, make sure that you have done all your homework, all your groundwork, and only then go ahead and submit your application. So that's all I have for you guys for today. Good luck to everyone who's going to apply for their student visa for Canada. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel to watch more such videos about studying and working in Canada. And also, if you have any questions, then feel free to comment below, or you can also reach out to me on Instagram at Shivansh Singla 119 and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. I'll see you guys in the next video.